Hi, how are you guys doing at this moment? Okay, so I want to make a video, and I kind of want to talk about the the basis of like a thought, not the basis of a thought, but like somewhat touching basis of the structure, how a thought goes into that of you, touchable, tangible, physical, whatnot. Or at least my idea, my understanding. That's this idea that's flowing around in my head. Let's take like a more of a easier idea or example of it, of like Santa. People say, well, Santa's not real. He doesn't exist. All that means to me is Santa's not real. He doesn't exist from the standpoint of, well, he wasn't born. He wasn't born like a human. That doesn't mean that they don't exist. So basically I'm saying, does Santa exist? I'm not saying no. But what I'm saying is that Santa was not born through that of humanism. Wasn't born as a human. But the thought of Santa, like Secret Santa, you could be Santa in that sense, aren't you? You're being a secret Santa. You're being secretive about it, but at the same time, you're still being Santa. So when you think about it, it doesn't really make a difference if it's Santa was born through that of human being a baby and all that, to that of the thought, the idea, the essence behind it. So we can take it from the basis of thought gives stuff energy, and since stuff is energy, it has to be moving, it has to go somewhere. So where does that person live? Where does Santa live? Basically, Santa lives within all of us. Every time we do a thought that's kind, I mean, more around Christmas, but regardless, isn't Christmas more or less just saying the day that we all honor everybody that does random acts of kindness or acts of kindness? Or at least allow ourselves from the basis of a Gregorian calendar to be wanting to do that. More than any other day. It's like the same thing of Thanksgiving, when everybody comes together to eat. So it's like the same thing with Mother, Father, Essence, God. Does God exist? Is God a person? Is God more female or masculine? Whatnot. I'm not going into that. I'm not talking about that. What I want to talk about is just like I've been talking about. Just like I've been saying, that God being the thought. No, God was not born of human, but through human, God will live. And through God, you shall live. But it's the same thing as the whole Santa, the whole idea, the whole essence. It's not exactly that it has to get broken down, that it has to be physical. Because, well, take it simply that a thought, yes, acted out within a physical body, through that a physical is not physical. It is etherical or a vibratorial wave of a frequency. It's not something that you can actually go out and tangibly touch and tell. That thought is processed through physicalness. Or simply saying that I'm going to go play my game when I get home, and you're not at home, you're walking to your house, you're walking to your home, but you're going to play that game. In that instant, that thought isn't real, or it's not that it's real, it's not physical. But once you get to that of your house, it became real. Not saying that it wasn't real before, or physical before, I mean to say. But being in that standpoint, that short tidbit, you basically simply created what it is that you wanted out of thin air. Yes, you might have already known that it was there. And yes, somebody else physically put it together. But in that instance of you saying the thought is going through the stages to finally present itself as something physical. So in that sense, every time somebody does something kind, more around Christmas, it's Santa. Or it's a miracle. Or basically what I'm saying is every time it's correlated to something, like Christmas, Santa, it's Santa. But what I'm saying is God, Mother, Father, Essence, that thought, which is all supposed to be God is all loving or whatnot, or the basis of the spark of love, that Santa figure is the basis of just like the same thing as the spark of God, the spark of Christmas, the spark of act of kindness. They are random, but at the same time they're not random. That's a whole different kind of a thing to think about right there. But that's kind of really what I wanted to make this video for. I mean, I got more of the wantingness to actually put this into words of physicalness so that it can be thought of and brought out and whatnot. So my opinion, and I can actually move forth and understand something, because when I talk, I learn more than through anybody else. I guess that's just another way of saying me actually doing it, experiencing for myself, I'll actually fully understand more of it than just being told about it. It's like you could be the best storyteller ever, include every single detail, but if that person's blind, they won't ever be able to see all the color that you're describing. But like I was saying, to Tara Scott about the whole Santa idea, and then to Jordan, the spirit science guy, for his like the 20-second spirit science, when he actually discussed how thought can be, but the whole God concept of whatnot, that was just my interpretation of it, of taking the whole Santa idea and placing into that thing. It kind of goes down to the basis of what oneness is. Another window, another viewpoint of being able to look at what oneness is. Because everybody says, oh, we are one and we're connected. And then people ask, well, how are we connected? I feel very separate from you right now. And I'm not going to go into the whole, all of that. I'm just putting stuff out there, learning and understanding myself. I guess I also kind of want to talk about, well, in a different video actually. I'm going to do a different video. Okay, well, you guys enjoy. You're living your life. Okay. Peace, and see how much you can make yourself smile today. Because if you make yourself see, or you can smile how much or whatnot, how much fun are you going to have today if you're getting yourself to smile? Okay. Enjoy.